What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American Politics, back in with a new video. Today, it is time we get Lee Zeldin for RNC Chair. That is right, folks. It's time we get a winner into the RNC chairship. I am sick and tired of these people on the right that love losing so much that they would rather keep Ronna Romney McDaniels in there over Lee Zeldin. And they want to keep using the same old tactics of losing, and losing. Well, guess what? We have a potential winner. We do have a winner, in fact, in Lee Zeldin running for RNC chair. And if he does not become the RNC chair, this party is screwed. Either way. Now, before we continue, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash that like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter account in the description down below, and join the channel today. That is right, folks, for just 10 cents a day, you can join Real American Politics, only 10 cents a day. That's a phenomenal deal as it helps support the daily content. We all love that daily content, so I hope you join today. Alright, folks, let's get into it. New York Representative Lee Zeldin almost shocked the world and became governor of New York. Now, he didn't win. He did not win this election. But if these people going on Twitter saying, oh, well, he didn't win the election, that means he's not a winner. He's a winner. Sure, he didn't win his race, but he sacrificed a comfy position in Congress for essentially the House of Representatives. He single-handedly welded Republicans to the House of Representatives. If it wasn't for my man Zeldin, we may not even a majority. Yeah, we may have not even gotten a majority. I mean, look at this swing map. Look at this. And you're going to really contest this to candidate quality? Bull. It's called Lee Zeldin. This man may have revolutionized the way Republicans campaign. No more of this BS of ignoring the deepest, bluest parts of a state. Lee Zeldin campaigned heavily across the board, not just one northern county. No, he campaigned over and over and over again in the bluest parts of New York. And it clearly worked. Because it's not just a governor's race that was close. Look at the Senate race. Look at this. Schumer had his worst performance, I think, ever. Chuck Schumer, the majority leader, had his worst performance, I believe, since he's taken office. I think 1994 he may have, did a bit worse. But you get the point. This was the worst performance for Chuck Schumer. It's clear that Lee Zeldin single-handedly helped Republicans up and down the ballot. It's quite clear by the evidence. And you look at this swing map, yeah, it clearly did help Republicans across the board. Now, what did Lee Zeldin do? Like I hinted at earlier, he campaigned in even the most bluest parts of New York. He was shaking hands, talking to voters, barnstorming the city of New York. And it worked. So many voters were fed up with the Democrats' BS. And they finally had a Republican that isn't some asshat that thinks you can go on Twitter all day and run a campaign, like some of these candidates we ran this year. That's all they did. They sat on their ass and tweeted all day about how we're going to save America. Well, Zeldin, he actually campaigned. And he focused on the issues that matter to voters. Look, I hope people understand how conservative Zeldin truly is. He's pro-life, and he objected to the electors in 2020. That's usually a recipe for disaster, according to Loser Right. No. What Zeldin did was focus on the issues that actually mattered. He kept saying with abortion, the law is not going to change. New York has its laws decided pretty much. I'm not going to touch the abortion law because, well, there's really not much I could change. What he did focus on, the issues that actually mattered. cost of living, education, all that good stuff, but the biggest one was crime. Unlike these clowns in other states, crime was not that big of an issue in a state like Wisconsin. There were some parts, yes, but in New York, hell yeah. New York had one of the worst crime spikes in the country. This is what I'm talking about. He focused on the issues that mattered to voters. And it worked. It worked across the board. He talked to voters all across the aisle, not just Republicans, not just moderate Republicans. He talked to Democrats, independents, leftists, whatever, trying to understand their perspective on things. It works. Again, Lee Zeldin proved he's a fairly conservative candidate. Don't get this crap that he's some moderate bullshit. He is fairly conservative. Even for some other state standards. I'm not saying he's the most conservative guy, but on the issues, he is fairly conservative on abortion. He's fairly conservative. I mean, again, he objected to the electors. So what does this mean? Well, it proves the one thing. If you run a competent campaign, it doesn't matter how quote-unquote conservative you are. You can win anywhere. You can, I should say, there's some places you can't win, like downtown Minneapolis, but you get the point. You can run a good campaign and potentially win, even in the most bluest parts of the country. It just, you focus on the issues that matter. The Republican establishment, they botched messaging this year. And look what happened. Look at the Senate. We may not, Democrats may win Georgia and get a net gain of 1. That's how bad messaging truly was for Republicans in this election. Plus some of the candidates in the House of Representatives sucked. And for the Senate. O'Dea, I am not going to let people forget some of these people saying O'Dea that O'Dea was an electoral god. He lost by 15. I'm pretty sure that's worse than Mastriano. And these people have done nothing but bash Mastriano. I'm not saying Mastriano ran a good campaign. But look at this. O'Dea ran as a moderate Democrat to appeal to the suburbs. They were saying appeal to the burbs. Look at this. He did better in one Denver suburb. 1. He did worse in Denver than Trump. And look at the rurals. They collapsed. He ran a terrible campaign. Vehemently anti-Trump, kept flip-flopping on abortion. And, well, the candidates that were openly pro-Trump, they did okay. Some of them didn't win. Some of them did underperform badly. But the candidates that were vehemently anti-Trump performed the worst. I mean, can people understand this? While Lee Zeldin, he kind of just shrugged off as like, it's whatever. I'm focused on now. It worked perfectly. And the people that blame Trump for Zeldin losing this election, give me a freaking break. I'm sick and tired of these people blaming Trump for everything. Look, if the establishment had their way, they would have picked some crappy establishment candidate from, upstate New York somewhere that had no appeal to any voter in New York at all. He would have got crushed by 15. Remember, a lot of these canned people, they never wanted Lee Zeldin. He's too conservative for New York. He's a bad candidate. BS. Lee Zeldin was one of the more conservative New York candidates, and he nearly won. No candidate was able to do what he did. Focus on messaging that actually matters to the voters of your state. That's why he almost became governor of New York. And if he surged a week prior, alright, he would have probably won this race. He surged, I think, just a bit late. But now, he has a chance to become the head of the RNC. And if he does, which I hope he does, I have a feeling there's a serious shot of it. If he becomes the head of the RNC, that alone will immediately increase our prospects of winning 2024 dramatically. So I hope people understand that Lee Zeldin proved you can be conservative. You don't have to bend the knee on the issues. if you focus on the issues that matter to voters. They could care freaking less about your stance on abortion when they have a 50% chance of getting shot at outside. So I hope people understand that, and I hope Lee Zeldin does become the RNC chair. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.